Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading for Taurus. Taurus, I've done your reading with my own deck. So the cards you'll see are from this deck. And your reading today feels so balanced. I feel like this is a trait that Taurus seem to be mastering somehow. It feels very peaceful and quiet and very stable, but also very, it's like you have achieved perfect harmony. It's actually what I heard when the first card came out, the Six of Pentacles. So I just heard this perfect harmony, but I'm saying these words and it actually wasn't exactly what I heard, because what I heard was this sound wave, right? It was this perfectly harmonious, and just like this tone of perfection that was so, it was just so calming and soothing, and just, it was beautiful actually. It was like, it could be cliche, but the way that it sounded and the way that it came through was almost like this music of angels, right? If you ever heard, if you have this ability of clairaudience and you ever heard something that resembles the voice of an angel or the song of an angel, it's just like what I heard with the Six of Pentacles, and it just helped to calm me down, right? And it's so beautiful because it's a six, and if you've seen the thumbnail, you have already seen this, but you already know, but the Six of Pentacles was followed by another six, but this six is the Six of Wands. And to me, the contrast between these two elements, the Pentacles being earth and the Wands being fire, is this beautiful dance. I don't know why, it's just, your reading today feels so musical and so related to dance and music, right? These poetic spheres of the body, but also something that is very, it's just like these higher tones, these higher frequencies that you're tuning yourself to hear. Perhaps you are developing this clairaudience, right? But as I was saying, the contrast and the complementary elements of earth and fire to me are talking about your body and spirit, right? Your body and your soul, whatever is the denser part of your molecules, and the most these flames dancing and animating your body, right? So it's this perfect balance that you have achieved, Taurus, that is so gorgeous. It's like this perfect alignment of body and soul, and from this very, it is grounded, but it's not fixed, you know what I mean? It has a lot of movement and dynamism, and this it's this perfect harmony is what I keep hearing, is just this perfect balance of being, right? You have found a way of being yourself that is in complete balance between your physical expression, your dense body, right, to walk this earth, but also how your soul ignites this body. So it's almost like your body is being moved by your soul, right, in a very aligned and very balanced way. And I feel like this is the effect of it, right, is being presented by these three cards. So 2 pages and the Sun, the Page of Swords, the Sun, and the Page the Page of Wands, the Sun, and the Page of Cups. So these 2 pages, usually they come to me as this very carefree energy, right? It's almost like this acceptance of, with humility also is how it's coming through. Acceptance and humility to know that there is still a lot to learn. And you know, this sun, now it's interesting because, okay, I'm going to talk about two things, because what I'm seeing right now is something that is adding to what I was seeing already in these three cards. But what I'm sensing now with the sun card is like you have found this perfect balance to drink directly from source. It's like you have found the source that animates, that feeds your soul, right? And this is the point of ignition. This is the, you know, this is your food. I mean, this is what is really moving you, right? With the 2 6s that we saw before. But with these 2 pages being the ones that are ready to learn and drink from the source, from this pure light, from the sun, it's like you are, you know, although these 2 6s, you know, they are minor arcana, so there is a few steps to go to achieve, you know, the end of the journey, if there is such thing, because, you know, an ending is already another beginning. You know, and time is circular, it's a spiral, and, you know, we could go through all of that. But what I'm sensing here is that, oh, it's beautiful. What I'm hearing is that you know that you have room to grow, and you're giving yourself space. And I don't mean physical space, I mean, it's almost like space in your soul. It's almost like you're, oh, this is so beautiful. What I'm seeing, it's like your aura, your auric field is expanding in a way that you're giving room for it to expand, right? So this is what you're doing with perfect harmony here. So what I was seeing before, and it actually relates to this drinking from the source that I just saw now, but what I saw first when these 3 cards came out was like, you know, this sun being the center between these 2 pages is like this blossom, this open flower, this flower that has just bloomed, right, and opened, and just, you know, this waking up, this branching out, this just flowering, right? It's just so gorgeous. But what I was seeing with these 2 pages was like a crown of flowers on top of their heads. So each of these 3 dots here being these, it's not, it's like these sprouts ready to burst, ready to open, ready to bloom, right? But still in, it's not initial phase, but it's like there is still room for growth, right? There is still a little bit of time, and just this natural order of things that will make these 2 pages bloom as this sun, right? As this blossom, as this flower that just opened up beautifully and actually ready to receive more light, right? You know, when we think of the plant kingdom, the flower is this illumination, right? Is this higher rank, higher dimension. It's the most elevated and high frequency stage of the plant, right? And so it's beautiful because, you know, the sun being the source of light that feeds the flower, that allows it to grow and to become illuminated, but also, you know, being one and the same, the sun and the flower being one and the same for you today, Taurus. It's almost like you're embodying this knowledge, this wisdom. You're absorbing all of this light as, you know, this energetic, especially because, you know, being the Page of Wands and being the Page of Cups, it's like the way that you're absorbing these new sun rays, as in new knowledge, right? It's like you're expending your energy, right? You're allowing yourself to have this space to grow, and by doing so you're just reaching farther than ever, right? You're just growing beyond. I don't feel like there were expectations, but if there were, you're growing beyond them, right? Because it's like you're looking at the source of things and seeing the full potential, but knowing that you're in this page state, right? In this really humble state of learning, right? Of knowing that you carry within yourself, within your soul and your heart, right? With the Wands and the Cups, these crown of flowers in your head, over your head, but in a way that is just a metaphor. It's just a symbol for your realization that you already hold within you this source, this sprout that wants to open up and blossom just like the sun that you're feeding yourself with, right? So this is so beautiful. This is gorgeous. And I feel like these two cards that are following these three are a little bit more enigmatic, but we'll get there. So, here. The two cards that are following these two pages, and which actually, you know, I should say, although they came as two, they're both you, right? And also because you came with these two sixes, it's interesting because, you know, coming with twofold, right? You being one, understanding that you are this sun, this this blossom ready to just show your light and shine your light, but in a way knowing that these two things are one and the same, right? The flower and the light, right? So this is why I feel like it's coming as pairs, right? It's coming as two cards, but representing you, because I feel like you, oh, this is gorgeous. It's like you have mastered the duality that we, because we live in this three-dimensional plane, that we have to deal with this dual mind, right? And so you have mastered it. You have reached this place of perfect harmony, and you know there is still room to grow. And it's so beautiful because, you know, it's like this comprehension that is very deep, but also very light and very dynamic, right? Of understanding that you have a body that is animated by your soul and your spirit. And although they could be understood as two separate things, in reality, they are one and the same. They are you in different stages, in different forms, in different vibrations, right? In different outlooks of the same essence. You see what I mean? So this is so beautiful. It's poetic, and it's magical, and it's cosmic, and it's divine in a way that you are embodying these teachings, and it's like you're being yourself more than ever, but, you know, knowing that there is room to grow. It's so gorgeous. So we end your reading with these two cards, the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Swords. And this character here is a little bit not suspicious, but a little bit enigmatic. Like, I'm not sure who she is, but what I was seeing, let's leave this in this mystery for later. So let's talk about this Ten of Wands. This Ten of Wands today is connected to the Six of Wands, because what I'm sensing, it's because you have become so aligned with yourself, with your own higher self, with your spirit, with your soul. You see here, with these two wands in the middle, it's like this point of perfect connection, because what I was seeing was like this parting seas, but you know, of flames, right? Because it's fire. But it's like this opening up of a path for this meeting, this, and it's all energetically, it's all in your conscious mind, it's all, you know, happening within your spirit, right? It's like this point of connection. What I'm seeing is like this meeting of your, it's like this merging. Okay, this is the word, merging your higher self with you, with, you know, it's like this coming together of perhaps these two sides, because it's so emphasized, you, this realization of the duality that we live in, right? But here with this Ten of Wands, it has nothing to do with the traditional meaning. Because you have achieved such balance and harmony, you are capable of attracting, of communicating, of merging with your higher aspects in a way that is, it's like this forever bond, but not in the way that it wasn't there previously. It's just that you weren't aware of it, right? And now you were perfectly aware that you are connected with your soul, with your spirit, with your higher self, you see? So I feel like, you know, the mystery of this Queen of Swords, it's interesting because it's reminding me of a card that my friend sent from Sen Tarot. She has a deck, the Good Tarot, I believe, where the Queen of Swords is this very wise old woman that is carrying an owl on her shoulder. Perhaps you've seen, if you follow Sen, perhaps you've seen this card that I'm talking about. And you know, today, ending your reading with this card, it's coming with that knowledge, that kind of achieving, you know, it's almost like you're graduating on yourself, right? In your own self-knowledge. And it's beautiful because it's, in a sense, it's this clear knowing, right, that is coming through. And it's interesting because we started talking about how maybe you're developing clairaudience, or, you know, just evolving your spiritual abilities or your sensitivity, right, to these higher level, higher frequency tones. I feel like, especially because it's coming with the swords, which to me is this air, that it's like these waves of sounds are carried through air, right? So it's like you reach this point of mastery, right? Of embodying this knowledge, but being so humble about it. And maybe this is why it's like this point of connection is made so seamlessly, so naturally, so it's like this connection that I'm seeing, you know, you, the image of the Queen of Swords in that deck, the Queen of Swords being accompanied by this owl. This is the connection, right? You and your spirit, you and your soul. It's so gorgeous. This is so beautiful, Taurus. I'm basking in your energy right now. It's so divine. So this is where we end this part of your reading. I'm going to pull more cards to see if there's something else that wants to come through. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes that I made as a final guidance for you. So if you want to continue there with me, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.